Happy birthday, Papa. Happy birthday.
Sister, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Ti debo. Ìyá ọkọ mi àti màámi ti pa mí lọ́gbọ̀n.
Hey! Blood of Jesus! Mọ́mí yín àti ìyá ọkọ yín. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́.
Ẹ wo àǹtí kí ló tẹ̀ ń ṣe báyìí náà? Ẹ má tún máa káwọ́ àkàsẹ́yìn náà. À ń try láti solve problem tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Ọ̀gá là ń pè wọn ò gbé kọ̀ látàtà tí ń pè wọ́n.
Wọn ò lè gbé kọ̀. Wọn ò lè gbé kọ̀. Ṣèbájọ́ ọmọ yín ni. Kí ló tẹ̀ ń wò mí? Ṣé mi sọ fún yín? Mi sọ fún yín. I love my husband. I can't do that. Mo sọ fún yín. Ṣé mo pé ọkọ yín ti níyàwó mi? Ẹ wo ìyàwó yẹn gan wà ní onímọ̀ yẹn.
Mọ́mì ẹyẹ fọkàn yín balẹ̀ o. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn, wọ́n kàn ń sọ lásán ni. Kò sí kan tó ṣojú mọ́, kò sí kan tó rí. Ọ̀gá kò ṣe ṣìnà. Tó ti ń yé ẹyẹ fọkàn yín balẹ̀ kò sí wàhálà.
But gbogbo lájọ rí ìtàn mi ni wípé jẹ́jẹ̀jẹ́ báyìí òun láyé. Ọkùnrin tó bá ti wà tó bá ti níyàwó bó ṣe ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣègbéyàwó tán yìí gbogbo à ń ṣe fòkèfòkè káàkiri girlfriends wọ́n ń dùn mí èmi náà ń lé wọn káàkiri ìyẹn ti di nǹkan tí o gbúdọ̀ fi òpin sí torí wípé tí ọkùnrin bá wà tó bá níyàwó ńlé tó bá yànlè tí ò bá eventually para ẹ̀ apáyàwó ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ obìnrin náà ló yànlè tó lọ́kọ ńlé tí ò bá para ẹ̀ apọ̀kọ so you need to take life easy and easy, okay?
Thank you, Daddy. That is why I always appreciate you, sir.
You're welcome, my son.
Mamulo, sir. I should go, sir.
Torí pé kòkòkò báyìí òun là ń rán fàdí tí tèmi yé mi ìdí tí mo ṣe ń ṣe eléyìí.
Mo máa ti gbọ́. Mo ti gbọ́ yín.
Mi ò fẹ́ kó gbọ́ lásán, mo fẹ́ kó fi sí ọwọ́ left yẹ kó má fi jẹun ni kó lè máa rántí ní gbogbo gbà, okay?
Okay, sir.
Olú àjẹkẹ́ mi lè jọ yín. Láti gbàgbé tí fẹ́ mọ́ mi. Ò ní yẹ fẹ́ ní water corporation náà wọ̀ kò sí.
Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yìn àti bọ́bọ̀ fún mi gbogbo àbí mọ́ ní fún wọn kì í. Àbí mi ìbínú mo sí mi ìbínú.
Ìgbésẹ̀ tá a bá máa gbé, ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ̀ tá a bá gbé ni ó mẹ́dájà rẹ̀. Ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ̀ tá a bá gbé ni ó mẹ́dájà jẹ̀bi. Àìláròjinlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ni ó jẹ̀bi ó. Sábà fọ́ tún gbọ́ òsì ní mọ́wọ́ mọ́ ìtẹ́lá. Ká láròjinlẹ̀ dáadáa ká tó gbé gbèsè o. Àti pé tá bá ń fúnni ní mọ̀ọ́mọ́ ká gbéwò dáadáa kó má jẹ́ kẹ́dà jẹ̀bi ni. Àìláròjinlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ni ó jẹ̀bi o. Ẹgbọ́n kí náà ń fa tó fi dógún kí náà ń fa tó fi dọ̀tẹ̀ kí náà ń fa tó fi dọ̀tẹ̀ tó fi dógún. Àìláròjinlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ni ó jẹ̀bi o. Káronú jinlẹ̀ dáadáa ìgbésẹ̀ tá a bá máa gbé. Ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ̀ dá bá gbé ní ọmẹ́dá jẹ̀bi. Ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ̀ dá bá gbé ní ọmẹ́dá jẹ̀bi. Àìláròjinlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ní ọ.
You are watching Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Lagos Today, coming to you live on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. I hope you're all enjoying the holiday. It's been close to 30 years now that Nigeria had its freest and fairest election, precisely on the 12th of June 1993, when Chief MKO Abiola, late Chief MKO Abiola actually, GCFR, was declared as the winner. 30 years down the line, what are the lessons that we have learned from that election, and can we ever have such election again in the country, wherein the true wishes of the people will reflect by the election results? This afternoon, I'm being joined by the first son of late MKO Abiola GCFR, Mr. Kola Abiola. It's nice having you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's briefly talk about the 1993 June 12 election. What are those vital lessons that you saw in that election that we can translate to what we have today to make our democratic process better?
Well, first, thank you for having me here today.
It's a pleasure.
And Eid Mubarak to my Muslim sisters and brothers out there. 1993, June 12, 2023 will be exactly 30 years of that election. Now, for me, it's a accumulation of experiences. First in 1979 under MPN, immediately out of secondary school, and then 1993 under SDP. Not just being involved from a candidate's perspective, but actually in the nitty-gritty of developing plans, strategy, execution of an election. Now, I have seen it from within. I have experienced it at a very tender age from within. And because of that, I have a bit of a hindsight as to how it works, how it can be improved, and how it can be made better. One thing I've noted back then is the fact that it wasn't quite all-inclusive. I've also noticed back then that the delegate election system has its big flaws in keeping out genuine candidates and people who wanted to really truly add value to our polity. Also, from that tender age, the stronghold of special interest, be it the governors, be it party hierarchy in politics at that point in time, had a chokehold on the progress and total inclusive.
Is that not what politics is all about? Interest?
It is, yes, but not at the interest of the voting public. It has to, you're meant to go and serve the voter, the public, not to go and serve your own personal interest. And because of the way the system was designed and is still being run today, you serve the interest of a very few because they don't feel they are accountable to the voting public, and they don't feel they needed their vote. You don't need the voting public's, you don't need voters to become president. We had in this country a system or president once that never even printed a poster and became president of Nigeria. So you are limited if you don't get involved, and they make sure you don't get involved and you're priced out of the game at the very start, so you know you're limited as to what role you can play. Now, what I'm trying to do here is now take from those experiences and change the dynamics of politics. I want to disrupt the system for the better. I want to involve the largest population of Nigerians, which is the youth population of Nigeria, 62%, 18 to 38, in politics, because I know decisively if they come together, they will make a massive impact and difference.
Okay.
Going forward.
Let me tell our viewers that you can also be part of this conversation by sending us SMS or WhatsApp on the number on the screen. And do remember to put your name and your location. The number on the screen, please. You are not expected to call. Just send in your SMS or WhatsApp message or messages. Yeah, you quickly identified youth, their large numbers, as what can serve as a political strength for any political party or candidate. But many of these youths, when you look at what we are facing today, they play their politics on social media, and they are even lackadaisical towards the obtainment of their PVC.
Right. That has to change. That really has to change.
Election is near. When is it going to change?
Over the last decade or so, I've gone around and I've spoken to Nigerians, not just domestically, but in the diaspora. I've spoken to different groups, more so in the last 2 years. And it's because of that that I even set up the Tribe Niger app as a means for us to come together as a group and discuss our differences. But at the end of the day, you find out that we don't really have differences. What we lack is leadership. And one other thing I found out on that app is that they always complain about the fact, yes, scholar, you say go get PVCs, or you have PVCs, use them. But who do we vote for? We don't see options. Even when we vote, our votes don't count because of all the rigging and all the shenanigans in the system. Many a times, if we wanted to get involved, there's no party that will accept us for what we are. We just can't walk into a party and say we want to participate. And more so, collectively to this, is the fact that, you know what, at the end of the day, they don't want us to be involved in politics. And I'm hoping that my campaign and all the campaign of other special interest groups and social groups emphasizing the need to go out and emphasizing how simple it is to get your PVCs will catch on. Because that's the only way collectively we can make a difference.
Okay, are we taking enough advantage of our democratic process to give the people good governance?
Now you will, provided you vote. You cannot give good governance if you haven't voted. You cannot accuse your leadership of not being accountable to you if you haven't gone out to actually exercise your right. You need to vote to be able to hold them accountable. You need to vote to be able to show them that if they goof, you can be voted out. But today, your votes don't count. The last election was what, 26 million people? Out of a total register of almost 75, 78 million? What does that do? What does that tell the politician? They don't have a mandate. And so why would they cater to your needs? Why would they do anything differently? I had the opportunity of starting very early in the game. Thank God to very good parents I had. But I think a lot of us also must allow our kids to get involved in that. It's good enough to be doctors, journalists, mechanics or whatever, but you have to live in an environment. And that
people must get involved.
You must get involved in politics.
Oh, okay. When you look at the experience of your dad and politics in this part of the world, they say it's dirty. One would have expected that what your dad experienced would have discouraged you from coming into politics.
Okay.
Because politics is a game that if one is not careful, you might get consumed.
Well, if not anything at all, my experience back then, our experience as a family, is the more reason why I should be involved. Look, I stayed away for so long because that election didn't get the recognition it should have gotten. And I fought so hard to get that GCFR as a recognition of that. The minute that was gotten, we got that, I kind of laid back and said, you know what, Kola, your political days are over. But it dawned to me that now we have a swearing-in date that is June 12th, 2023.
Does that make you
exactly
happy?
30 years.
Does that make you happy?
It's what I wanted, really. And that makes exactly 30 years that we had the best election, like you said in your opening remarks, in this country. So for me, I have to at least do my little bit to make sure we're able to at least go back and attain what we did 29 years ago. And that's why I'm back involved in this. Now,
okay. I already have a message for you. This one is from Bello in Kaduna, and it's saying that charity, they say, begins at home.
Yes.
Why are you eyeing the presidency and not the governorship of your state? Starting little so that you can impact your state, then move to the national level. Bello from Kaduna sent in that one.
Yeah, thank you. I've had the options of that in the past. I've had the options of being minister. I've had the option of going to the Senate. I've had the option of going to the governorship. But in those years, I still hadn't laid to rest the conclusiveness of my father's election. So I didn't get involved at that point. But I'm at a point now that my drive to change the politics in Nigeria can only happen at the federal level. At the state level, it's just a small, minute thing. I need to get the totality
Isn't that
of the
a good way to
population.
start?
It's too late for me to start at that level because things are so bad that we need to get all of us collectively involved. If I focus on my state is just one of 36 in Nigeria. I have to get across the board, north, south, east, west. I owe it to Nigerians that went out there and committed their votes to a change to collectively come back and make sure that it gets better.
Okay, Olashubumi from Sulere. Please ask Mr. Kola, why is he going left and his sister is going right with Yaya Bello?
Yeah, thank you. You see, I had a sister in the House of Reps.
Lola.
I have a sister who is an APC staunch member, youth member. I have Hafsad with Yaya Bello and have Kola Abiola in PRP. It just goes to show the diversity which we encourage in politics. Now, we must represent different things, and we look at things from different perspectives. How do I explain this? There is a maturity gap here, and we look at things differently from different angles. I'm the eldest one. They're a lot younger. They probably see things a little different than I do. But I am also appealing to the same demographic group, from a perspective of somebody who had gone through it at their age, I have the experience and I had the exposure to at least help hold their hands from going from just voice to the final, to the end game.
How realistic is your aspiration when you look at the structure of your party?
Oh, my party is the oldest party in Nigeria today.
Is your party well represented in all the 36 states?
Not necessarily.
So how do you win?
Look, it's passive. It's passive. The passion for the party is passive. Now I want to make it active. It's a party that appeals to people. It's a people party. It's always been a people party.
If you want to make it active now,
yeah.
2023 is just a few months away.
Yes.
What impact is your party going to make?
We're going to make an enormous impact because we're going to show people that things can be done differently. And also the target, and as I've always said, it's not about Kola being Mr. President. It's about Kola encouraging people to make sure that at least 35% to 40% of all electoral offices in this country, be it local government, be it gubernatorial, and possibly the presidency, can be won a different way without avoiding the norm we have today. Once we achieve that, politics will never ever go back to being the same as we have it to date. And that's the objective.
Okay. I have another text here from Omo Bolanle in Surulere. Well, this is not about politics. Please ask Mr. Kola what exactly is happening within the family as regards the sharing of their father's wealth, and is the family together?
The family is a big family. It's a very big family. I have had to do some things and put some things online at my own expense to make and keep this family together. We're a long way to solving our problems, for sure. But it takes a lot of maturity.
So there are problems?
Yeah, there's always problems in any family. Even a family of 4, let alone a family of 50 kids. So what are you talking about? It's there. There will now be a right, wrong in between. But it's been solved and it's been handled. Yes.
You're giving us that assurance?
I'm not giving, I'm telling you what's happening, basically.
All right. Looking at the last election that we had in 2019, what do you think INEC should do better for us to have a semblance of what we had in 1993, June 12?
INEC is the gatekeeper. It takes us to make sure they do their jobs right. If we don't come out to vote, we leave room for a lot of shenanigans. We have to come out en masse to vote. The government coming next needs a clear-cut mandate to rule. There's so many drastic, very fundamental changes that have to be made. And those changes can only come if you have a mandate from the people. So we need to go out there and really exercise the right and force good governance, not just on the gatekeeper, but on the country as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, this one is from Adebimpe in Ibadan. Yeah. Do you want a road named in your father's name?
Road. We have so many roads named in his name already. We have a stadium also. We have so many things named in his name already. So I'm not quite sure what the question is.
Okay, Prince Adedapo from Ikorodu.
Yeah.
Caller's analysis is just too scientific for the reality of the Nigerian politics. I wish him good luck.
Thank you very much. I hear a lot of that. Caller is talking theory. I sat with a few people, and I told them not to patronize me. I am telling you based on numbers. I'm a numbers person. Now, the art is in how you interpret those numbers. And the numbers I look at every day, and I still looked at before I stepped out today, show me that if that demographic group comes out to vote, and I'm sure they're all sick and tired of governance the way it is today, if they come out to vote, we will change the trajectory of Nigeria. I have no doubts at all. My generation can't. We're only 20% of that, of the population. I'm 60 this year, so I don't fall into that bracket. We're at 20% of the population. But that generation before, collectively is 62%. All I need is 40 million of you to come out and vote. That's double whatever we have voted.
You're sounding so confident that
I'm very sure
youth are going to come out, but we have had several elections in the country, and all they do is play politics on social media, tweeting, Facebooking on election day, or playing football.
Yeah, or going out all night and then sleeping all day
exactly.
on election day. Yeah.
Figures win elections, not social media.
I'm telling you, I just said I'm a figures person. Look, I think it's come to, if anything at all, my being in this political space now shows that there is a need for somebody who has been in it from a very tender age to show you the way to making your numbers count. And I'm hoping that with that alone, a lot of you will go out there and get your PVCs, not necessarily to vote for Kola or PRP, but to exercise the right to vote people out and vote the right people in. The biggest thing I keep hearing is, look, there are no options to vote for. I am giving you an option, not just to vote, but to get involved.
We have the options of APC or PDP.
No, candidate.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. They're telling you, look, it's like, to many of them, it's like voting Friday or voting Jimo. They're both Fridays. So the APC, PDP as one party, I've always said that. I am bringing PRP into the equation today as an alternate, and a clear-cut alternate, a people-oriented party that we can all go in there for little, next to nothing, and exercise.
Do you have any member of your party as a councillor or a local?
Oh yeah, we have a few.
Anywhere?
In Katsina, we have. In Plateau, we have. Yes. Yeah.
How many of them?
I don't know the exact number, but good question. I have to make sure I get that number. But yes, we do.
Please do.
I will.
Because we have two major political parties in the country, and they are well represented in all the corners of this country.
They're wrongfully represented. They're not well represented because it's not our votes. We are not saying what they are doing. But the minute we jump in and start making that difference.
What kind of president would you like to see Nigerians have in 2023?
Number one, whoever is president has to be seen as a unifying person. Somebody that all Nigeria can see as, yeah, this is a true Nigerian. A Nigerian that the West, North, South, East, Christian, Muslim, pagan, can see as representing the hope of a true Nigerian. Number one, he must be a guy that brings us together and sees us as the tribe Nigeria. First, if you don't have that unifying beat, then it's a non-starter.
So unity
is number one. Very, very important. And that unity gives him the mandate to make the changes that are required on the economy, on education, even in structure of Nigeria. And when I say structure, I don't mean all this restructuring business. I'm talking about doing the right things and updating the books to represent and give us representation. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Andrew from Ogijo in Ikorodu. Yeah. With the level of corruption and insecurity in our society today, do you think this generation can actually find a lasting solution to this problem?
Yeah, this generation is used to disruptions. They're the child of disruption. The way you get on the net, the way you make your payments, the way you do your purchases, you do everything. You are our tech environment is populated by the same generation. And they are the biggest they thrive on disruption. The same disruption would make sure things are done right for less. The same disruptions will bring innovation to governance. But you have to be in there to make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case you're not able to get the ticket of your party, what will be the next line of action for you?
Well, I haven't picked up my nomination yet, but when we pick
Is it that there's no money or what? How much is your nomination form?
10 million naira. It's the cheapest party in this country.
But 10
Even
million
local
is no
government,
change. 10 million is no change, maybe for somebody like you.
Look, I jog the streets of Abuja a few times. Even where I live, I jog the streets, and people come up to me and give me 1,000 naira towards my
for a big man like you, do you need 1,000?
No, the point is not that. The point is that they actually believe in me and believe that if there's a possibility. I've had somebody in Abuja drive past me, go around again. I hopped to the other side, and parks his car and runs after me. I said, "Sir, I just want to give you the little 5,000 naira I have."
Isn't that because of
that shows me? It's not a matter of me putting in my cover in.
I know.
It's a matter of people
you
want to see
enjoying
a change.
the influence of your dad, so to say.
Yeah. I think that is wrong also. Yes, undoubtedly, I'm an Abiola by every in every way. But you see, the generation you're talking about, we're talking about an election that took place 30 years ago. They were probably not born, or they were too young to even remember what happened. So I'm approaching them as me, Kola Latifu.
Abiola, that name is still there.
Yes, but I think I need to win the trust and understanding that, look, this country is an equal opportunity employer, even in politics. And then subsequent things can follow, but I have to approach them that they don't know. If they knew, they won't riot at Unilag the last time when the university was named after MKO. They won't have. That's the generation I'm talking about. So I approach them like they don't even know who I am. And that's been my modus so far. And I think it's been effective.
Okay, Adebayo Rukayat, you didn't put your location. How many prominent personality do you have in your political party?
Well, that party was the party that elected two people-oriented governments. Aminu Kano in Kano, which is Kano Jigawa today. Barebe Musa, which is Kano Katsina. Today, we have Muhammadu Jaga in that same party. We have our chairman, Falalu Bello. We have Professor Falope in that party. We have, I can go on and on and on. But you see, they're not people who are there to make it work.
Okay.
On like
I
every other
need to
party that
quickly
you
take
get
this
involved.
message.
Yes, please.
Kola Abiola is an epitome of kindness, humility, and generosity. I met him at Nigerian Civil Defense Headquarters, Abuja, in the year 2018. He came with his younger brother. We met at the office of the Director of Procurement. Very humble. Said he lost your number or something. He just wants to say thank you to you.
Thank you.
That you don't know him from anywhere, and you were able to help him.
Thank you.
Oh, I think he's a member of your party. He said he's running for House of Reps in Benue State.
Fantastic.
Okay,
welcome.
Kola, as we wrap up.
I can assure him that I will be there to campaign for him.
Oh, all right.
That goes to every candidate, whether or not I'm candidate or not. I will be there with every candidate nationwide. The beauty is that some of us can still move around. I drove myself here.
Not minding the insecurity in the country. I was shocked when I saw you.
I drove myself here, so
I was shocked. But you know Lagos is safe.
No, anywhere
compared
I go,
to other states.
Anywhere I go, nothing changes for me.
Okay. As we wrap up now,
yes.
Kola, what will be your message for the Nigerian youth?
Please, 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 get online, go to the office, get your PVC cards, please. It's the ticket, it's the lottery ticket to a better Nigeria. And please, exercise that right when you get that card. Not necessarily for me, but for Nigeria.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, we thank you very much. Kola Abiola, the first son of Chief MKO Abiola, GCFR, who was the president that we all elected on June 12, 1993. That was when Nigeria had its freest and fairest election. Another election is around the corner. We see how the election is going to be. And Kola, of course, equally have an aspiration to also become the president of Nigeria if elected. My name is Ajibola Ojeshola. Thanks for being part of Lagos Today this afternoon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you. Yeah.
Lagos Today.
An integral part of governance in Lagos State is the pursuit of a formidable government where everyone counts. Hence the need for a program that highlights the astronomical growth of the state through the massive projects carried out in various localities in the state. Community feedback is poised to extrail Lagos as Africa's model smart city. The feedback segment is also created to feel the pulse of the people in order to maintain the state's tradition of excellence. Community feedback promises to be exciting and informative. Community feedback, hope of the hopeless, voice of the voiceless.
Join us again
on Community Feedback on Lagos Television, on DSTV channel 256, GoTV channel 90.
Family Lifeline.
Do you want a better marriage? Do you want a more tantalizing and romantic marriage? Will you like to be entertained with good drama skits and transform your home totally to heaven on earth? Then join us on Family Lifeline with Bisi Adewale. Will you like to build your family, get deep knowledge about marriage, love, intimacy, finance, and parenting? Then join Bisi Adewale, your family coach, on Lagos Television, LTV, UHF 35, DSTV 256, GoTV channel 90, StarTime channel 113 every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 0806-831-2004. Family Lifeline. Building families, molding destiny.
Family Lifeline.